Hey everybody, Ellie here again. I wanted to make this video because I got a great comment the other day on my channel, and it was, "Who are you?" So I thought that was amazing because I didn't even think of posting a video really talking about who I am and my whole, deal. And so I was like, wow, that's great. I can make a video on who I am, why I'm here, and what I'm doing, and really explain what's happening. And the biggest thing about this, who are you, that really hit me and made me think, okay, because I'm a very analytical person and I like to think about like a question like that is so deep, even though it's so basic. Who are you? It really made me think about how everybody compares themselves to other people, but you don't know who this person is. You don't know the story of this person's life. You don't know who they are. You don't know their ups and downs. You don't know their life. You don't know their brain. You don't know their personality. You don't know all of the things that make them who they are. And yet you compare yourself to this person as if it's you, as if this person is a different version of you and everyone is the same. And so we can compare ourselves to each other so easily. And everybody does that. But that's not the case at all, right? I mean, if you were to say that this person had the same brain, personality, ups and downs, achievements, goals, dreams, everything as you, well, then you wouldn't be talking about a different person. You would be talking about yourself, right? So, how can you compare yourself to someone who is completely different from yourself, right? I mean, we may have certain things like everybody has ups and downs in their lives, but you don't know how hard someone else has it. You don't know what their struggles are. You don't know what their goals are and what they're working towards. So how can you compare what you're working towards to what they are working towards? So it just doesn't make sense when people do that. And I wish people would do that a little bit less, because whether you're doing that and you're pulling yourself down, or you're doing that and you're pulling someone else down, it's not a good thing, right? So let's try in the new year to not compare ourselves to other people and focus on ourselves and what our goals are and our road and where we want to go. If we focus on that, we'll be more successful and we'll do a lot more, right? So let's try to do that. Now, who am I? Is the question. And the answer is I am Melissa, though on my blog I go by Elly Truman. It's just a writer's name. It's fine. You can call me Melissa or Elly. That's fine. Um, and I'm not gonna go way back in time because this video is gonna be really long if I did that. I'm just gonna go back to when I was diagnosed with MS, and I hope, if you don't know what it is, please, please, please look it up. Um, a lot of people can say that they know someone who has MS, but not a lot of people can say that they really know what MS is. So please look it up. Again, the video, I don't want to make it super long where I'm going to explain exactly what this is and all the research and all of this, okay? So please just look it up. I hope you really do. Um, so I was diagnosed in 2009, and I believe, and I basically, at the time, I was in really bad condition, really bad condition. Um, I had numbness throughout my body. I could not walk on my own. I couldn't even really hold my head up. I couldn't even really think. My brain felt like, I don't know if you could even say this, but really, I feel like my brain felt like it was shut down, you know? Um, it was really horrible. My balance was off. I couldn't even stand up on my own anyway, but I had no balance. I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't really think or process cognitively anything. Um, I I was really just a bad condition. I don't know like how else to say it. But yeah, those were some of my symptoms at the time. It was really bad condition. Um, After I was diagnosed, I was put on a IV of a steroid treatment, which is used to control and lessen the inflammation in your body. And this really is supposed to like stop your flare up, okay, and hopefully stop the activity in the brain that's causing the lesions. So I was on that for 5 days. Then I was put on an injectable medication and requested to go to physical therapy, which I did do. So the physical therapy was great. The IV steroid treatment was amazing. I mean, just after the IV steroid treatment, I made a huge jump to being able to stand up on my own a little bit more. The feeling in my body was coming back, so just that made a huge difference in my well-being. Then I was doing the physical therapy, which also made a huge difference. I was always strengthening my muscles, which is very important with MS. And I was practicing my balance, gait training, stuff like that. um, Made a huge difference. And then the injectable unfortunately made me really sick. I got toxic hepatitis, which, if you don't know what that is, that's basically the enzymes in your liver um, become more, basically. And that's when you can get liver damage. So I had to go for imaging of my liver to make sure that there was no permanent damage, which luckily I was very lucky that I stopped when I did because the enzyme level was crazy high. But luckily there was no actual permanent liver damage. So very lucky for that. Um, After that point, it was really hard. I was just hoping that the symptoms that I had would get better, and luckily, after some time, they did. Again, just super luckily that that happened, because some people they get symptoms with MS and they never go away. Some people they do go away, and sometimes it goes away fairly quickly, and other times it takes a really long time for it to go away. And again, sometimes it doesn't go away at all. So after that, I tried different medications, and I always had really bad side effects to the medications. So it just didn't work out very well for me with, having a medication that would hopefully control the MS and, make the progression of the disease slower, because that's basically what these medications do. Um, so I ended up getting different symptoms. So those first symptoms went away. So physically now I am capable of anything. But now I have different symptoms. So my symptoms now are like a tightness in the chest, anxiety type of symptom, and I have a lot of issues with sensitivity to lights and screens and loud noises, and like a minor seizure type of symptom. That kind of goes along with that sensitivity to the lights and my surroundings. And I'm on medications to control that. Um, but it's still very hard to deal with those symptoms. The anxiety type of symptom is really hard because, if I want to go out or do something, then I have to think about, you know, this anxiety, and of course I could take my medication for that or whatever, that's fine. Um, so it's not a huge thing. A lot of day-to-day symptoms are really just problems concentrating, being really, really tired most of the time. Um, And I think those are the biggest ones. The concentration. I go to school, so that's really hard to deal with. And being tired all the time. Again, I go to school, I have things to do, all right? Like, I have a life, I have things to do, and I'm so tired a lot of the time. But again, like, I just push forward and I just try to do the best that I can with what I can do. Sure, there are definitely days that I'm in my pajamas. That's it, right? I mean, definitely there are days like that. But then the days that I feel well enough, I mean, I want to be active, I work out, I want to do my schoolwork, I read, I study, I do my schoolwork, I want to do this, so here I am. I want to write my blog, I want to help people, so here I am, and I wouldn't let anything get in the way of those things that I want to do. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how hard it may be for me to get up and do something, I'm always like, all right, Melissa, all right, you gotta get up, you gotta do this. You know that, if you get up and you do these things, you're gonna feel better. And I do, honestly. When I push myself to get up and to do these things, honestly feel so much better about myself and just in general, like, I feel so much better. So it's important to kind of push yourself a little if you can, to do, the things that you really want to do and the things that make you happy, and, taking those steps towards your goals and all of that stuff, it's just going to make you feel happier, and, you're just going to feel better, internally as well as mentally and externally and everything. So what else? That's just the MS. That's a huge, trial in my life. Um, but that's just one thing. Okay, so I'm also a master's degree student right now, going towards my degree in psychology. And I'm actually in the middle of my last course before I start my thesis, and I'm super excited about starting my thesis. I have my associate's and bachelor's degree in childhood development, and I love working with children, and I hope that, in my life I get to work with children and really help them and try to make their lives better, for their life, and I am in a relationship, and a very happy relationship, and we're actually planning our engagement and wedding and everything right now, so that's a super exciting thing as well. And I believe that's about it, I think. So I just wanted to say, obviously I have this huge trial and downer in my life, but I always stay positive as much as I possibly can. And I also have these amazing things in my life that are awesome and I'm super excited about and I'm really happy about. And, I'm part of honor societies and stuff like that as well. And I'm still this person who works really hard, and, concentrates on my goals and dreams and still works for those things. So I think that that basically sums me up in the real short sense. I hope all of you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to you next time. Have a great day. Bye.